Odds are, if you're watching this, you have an iPhone, but before iPhones and the proliferation of smartphones, there were contraptions called PDAs, personal digital assistants. We're talking Palm Pilots, Blackberries, and this is the topic of today's video: is returning your phone to its past glory of that of being primarily a PDA. Now, PDAs were the precursor; they were the catalyst for the smartphones that we have today. Were the foundation from which smartphones kind of leapt from to become the intriguing and amazing technology that we have today. But before we get into the meat of the video, which is using your phone as a PDA, please understand this channel is dedicated to tips, tricks, and techniques to help you become totally self-employed, to see your ideas become integrated as solutions for businesses that are agreed by many different problems, okay? So, but as you sit here on your phone, I want you to realize the power that this small device can do in almost providing a full service as a personal digital assistant. Now, what's the point of a personal digital assistant? How can you use your phone to become a good personal digital assistant? Is that it covers three things, okay? And that is setting up appointments, making adjustments, okay? You're gonna have a lot of things during the day that you're gonna have to figure out. And then action items, okay? You can do all these things in your phone. Was sitting at work today and somebody was like, hey, we're gonna change this process. And a lot of times you're gonna have to make these changes in real time. If you pull your phone out between 1 to 2 minutes after someone's like, hey, change this process, you're gonna see it all the time with different people you work with. And they're gonna expect you to keep up with this. And a lot of times they're gonna expect you to keep up with it when they say it one time, okay? And also too, stay tuned for the very first surprise. But cultivating these habits for appointments, action items, and adjustments, it'll help you in a tremendous way, because you'll be able to keep track of all of the fast-paced motion. You'll be able to do it in an organized manner as well. So the first thing is appointments, right? You're gonna have to meet with people. People are gonna say, hey, let's meet 3 weeks from now. You know, you're gonna have to turn this thing in, or people are gonna say, hey, let's meet 3 weeks from now, or hey, remind me of this thing, or send this document over to me. Appointments have to do with people. That's a good reason why you want to use your phone as a PDA, and to do it immediately when you hear it. When someone's like, hey, let's set up a time let's have a Zoom call, put it in your phone, have your PDA remind you. Like what I do is I remind myself like 2 days before, and then 2 hours before, so that way you're always, you feel prepared and on top of things. That's the first reason to use your phone as a PDA, is for appointments, okay? The next thing is for adjustments, okay? As I just talked about, was at work today and someone's like, hey, we're gonna change the process for how we do something. By me putting it in my phone and reminding me like, hey, we're changing this thing, to where it reminds me to write it down in a big notebook that I use. That's another thing. When you first start with the company and you're taking notes of how to do everything, it's good to have a big notebook to put adjustments and addendums to, okay? So when you know these adjustments are happening, you can write it down in your phone to tell you to transfer it to your notebook instead of keeping everything in your head. Because when you keep everything in your head, you're more likely than not to forget about it, and then that affects negatively against you while you're working. You know, you want to look as put together as possible, and it's not you don't want it to be a technique. You want it to be, legitimate, and that you're really on top of things. Okay, now the next part of using your phone as a PDA is for action items, things to do next. Someone might say, hey, can you send me this thing? Or, can you email me something? Can you email and set up a time to talk? And that's what makes it important, is knowing that you can keep track of the flow of new things in a very efficient manner, and it's free. Literally takes 30 seconds out of your day to write down, hey, send this over, hey, set up this appointment, hey, make this adjustment to add to the notes, okay? Because it's gonna happen all the time, and you wanna be able to catch it. It has the speed of like a tennis match. It's gonna come at you, and you have to respond immediately. Comments, you respond immediately. And so you want to be on top of that, because you don't want to get to the point where someone's like, all right, well, I told you about that, and you forget, you miss a deadline. Like in my job, I have to submit a lot of things on the 15th of the month, the 25th of the month, either the last business day of the month. And so it can be a lot. And I was just like, I'm gonna need ancillary help. I can't do this all on my own. So I just leverage the technology around me, which is starting with your phone. Some people can use their computer, some people hire people, but I just see that it's a really efficient way if you use your phone. And I'm talking about you doing this in the calendar app, where you just literally write down, hey, this is what needs to be done, and this is how we're gonna do it to make sure that I'm keeping track of everything in real time, but I also understand that I have to do my present work and not get distracted by what's being said, but I still have to write this down. So you have to have the presence of mind and be careful enough to realize that, hey, this is a change in a process. This is an adjustment. This is an appointment. This is an action item. And that's the primary reason to use your phone as a PA, not just using the apps, the advanced technology to get connected to the internet, but it's like these things can truly help you. And it can truly be a personal digital assistant if you use it that way and see that these aberrations are gonna happen all the time. When someone's like, hey, let's set up an appointment. That should tell you right there, that should be a cue right there. Hey, let me pull up my phone, PDA, boom, 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 done. You get the alerts, you know what to do, you can take it out of your mind and you can move forward, okay? And this is better than using a piece of paper, because pieces of paper can get lost. And when you're self-employed, you can take 30 seconds out of your day to write down, hey, send this thing, or make sure to submit it by the appointment. But this is all about making your life easier, okay? Because you're gonna get overloaded with requests for new things. And if you don't have a disciplined system to do it, i.e. inserting things to your phone in real time, you may suffer the consequences of not delivering what you're supposed to deliver, and then you feel bad, okay, and then you look bad, okay, and then you're creating bad results. If you do that enough times, you'll get let go, because you're just like, hey, this guy doesn't have his stuff together. And using your phone, leveraging it as a PDA tool, is a good way to show, hey, I'm on top of things, and that you care about producing a good result. And that's what people are looking for. Okay, this is a really good habit to cultivate, and this leads to our surprise, which is copy the habits, the good habits of successful people, the best people. Some of the best people that people you look up to, you and I look up to, are very organized. And being able to organize with ambient technology, such as your phone, will help you. So yes, leverage your phone, return it to its past glory by using it as a PDA, a personal digital assistant, and not just something to play games on. Okay.